We're going to start with the reading for this week from Al-Kitab. I'm going to read it to you first, and I'm going to have you guys read it. Okay. Nadia Tahir Darwish Khalat Maha. السيدة نادية تسكن في مدينة لوس أنجلوس في بيت قريب من جامعة كاليفورنيا في لوس أنجلوس، وتعمل موظفة في بنك كبير وهي متخصصة في الكمبيوتر. Let's see again as I read it. نادية طاهر درويش خالت مها. السيدة نادية تسكن في مدينة لوس أنجلوس في بيت قريب من جامعة كاليفورنيا في لوس أنجلوس، وتعمل موظفة في بنك كبير وهي متخصصة في الكمبيوتر. Okay, first of all, I want you to listen for who's talking in this paragraph, okay? I'll read it again. Nadia Tahir Darwish Khalid Maha. السيدة نادية تسكن في مدينة لوس أنجلوس في بيت قريب من جامعة كاليفورنيا في لوس أنجلوس، وتعمل موظفة في بنك كبير وهي متخصصة في الكمبيوتر. So who's talking here?
It's about Nadia, but is it Maha that's speaking?
Maha's not speaking. We actually don't know who's speaking, but it's about Nadia. Okay, good. Okay. And who is Nadia to Maha?
Maha's aunt.
It's her aunt. Very good. Okay. And where does she live?
She lives in Los Angeles.
Uh-huh. And can you be more specific? Where's her house?
It's near the University of California.
قريب من جامعة كاليفورنيا في Los Angeles. And what does she do?
She works as a specialist in a bank for computers.
Very good. Okay. She specializes in computers. Very good. And she's a موظفة, an employee. Okay. تعمل موظفة, an employee في بنك كبير, in a big bank, and she specializes in computers. Very good. Okay, Suzanne, you want to read it for me?
I can try. So Nadia Tahira,
Tahir
Darwish. I don't know.
Darwish. Good.
Khala Maha Asida Nadia. Asayida Nadia Teskanu fi Medina Los Angeles fi Beit Karib min Jamia California fi Los Angeles wa ta'amal muwadlafa fi bank kabir wa hiya متخصص في متخصصة في
Computer.
Computer.
This is a borrowed word, okay? The actual Arabic word, the modern standard Arabic word for computer is hasub. Here he just uses computer. Okay, Miriam, same thing.
Nadia Tahir Darwish Khala Maha Sida
Sayyida.
سيدة. نادية يسكن تسكن
تسكن.
في مدينة لوس أنجلوس في بيت قريب من جامعة كاليفورنيا في لوس أنجلوس وتعمل موظفة في بنك كبير وهي متخصصة في الكمبيوتر.
Very good. Excellent. Good job.
I have a question.
Huh?
The Nadia Tahir Darwish,
Darwish.
that's like her, is that like her first, middle, and last name?
Yeah. Okay. So Nadia is her first name, her given name. Tahir would be her father's name. And Darwish typically would be like a family name. Okay. But you can have lots of things for like the third part. Actually, you could use like your grandfather's name. It could be her grandfather's name, or it could be a family name. Some people use like where they're from. Some people use the like family profession as the family name, but always Arabic names, the first name is your given name and the second name is your father's name. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Other questions?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Go back here. Okay, so we're going to talk about non-human plural agreement in Arabic. Okay, so when we're talking about plurals, it's important to put them into two different groups or classes. Okay, the plurals are either rational or irrational. Okay, rational means thinking, okay, and irrational would be non-thinking. And the way they put them into these groups, you have rational nouns include human beings, angels, and devils. Okay, so they add those in, and other beings in those classes. Irrational nouns refer to things, animals, and concepts. So animals are considered irrational. And the reason why this is important is that you don't use plural words to modify your plural noun for things, for irrational beings. You have to use feminine singular. Okay, let me just give you an example here. Okay, so we have هذا طالب جديد هو صغير. Okay, this is the singular. And here we're talking about rational. In Arabic, it's aqal. Aqal. Aqal means thinking. Okay, so هذا طالب جديد هو صغير. When we make it plural, it becomes هؤلاء طلاب جدد هم صغار. Okay, so these students are new, they are small. Okay, so we're using plural words for all of the words that go around the plural that we have here, to love. We have to use all plural words. Now look what happens when we go to ghair aqal, or irrational. Okay, let's start with a singular first. هذا كتاب جديد. Okay, this is a new book. هو صغير. It is small. Okay, هذا كتاب جديد هو صغير. Now, when we make it plural, the word for kitab, the plural is kutubun, kutub. Okay, now notice what happens. The word for this changes. Okay, first for kitab, we used hada kitab. Here we're using hadahi kutubun. See that? Hadahi. We're using the feminine singular word, not the plural word. The plural word is ha'ulai. But we only use ha'ulai for people, okay? For things or animals, we have to use feminine singular. So we use hadahi kutubun, and then again, a feminine singular word, jadidatun. For kitab, we use jadidun, but for kutubun, we use jadidatun, jadidatun, okay? So it's feminine singular. Instead of saying hua for it, because we're talking about a plural of things, we use hia, okay? And the adjective sagir also changes. It changes to sagiratun, okay? So anytime you're dealing with plurals in Arabic, you have to think, are we talking about a rational being or an irrational being, okay? If it's rational, then you have to use all of the plural words when you're describing it. But if it's irrational, like things or animals, you always use feminine singular, okay? I know it sounds a little confusing, I'm sure. Okay, so we're gonna give it a try. And this is gonna require you to use some of the plurals that you learned last week, okay? So let's look at the example first. We have nahnu, okay, and they give us words in parentheses, talib and amriki. They want us to change these sentences using these words, using the plurals, okay? So we have nahnu, we change talib to tulabun. We change amriki to amrikiyun. Nahnu, tulab, amrikiyun. Okay, so you see what we're doing here? We're making it plural.
Okay.
Okay, the words in parentheses, we have to make them plural. You have to think, are we talking about people or are we talking about things or animals? Okay, so that's what you have to consider when you're doing this. Okay, let's start with number one. Okay, we have home, blank, and then we have sahib, and Lubnani. Sahib, Lubnani. What's sahib mean? Remember sahib?
I
Okay,
don't remember.
sahib means friend. Sahib. And do you remember the plural of sahib?
That's the sahab.
Ashab, good, ashab. What do we do to Lubnani to make it plural?
And this one would be Lubnani one or something.
Lubnaniyun, okay? So hum, ashab, Lubnaniyun. What does that mean? Hum, ashab, Lubnaniyun.
It's like the friend is, or my friend, or the friends are Lebanese.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to remember what hum means. Is that
Hum,
they?
yeah. They are Lebanese friends.
Okay.
Hum ashab Lubnaniyun. They are Lebanese friends. Very good. Okay. Let's look at number 2. Okay. We have El Italia wa el Hispania wa el Francia. Okay, and then they give us Logha and Urobi. Logha and Urobi. Okay, so Miriam, are we talking about people or things here?
Things.
Things, okay? So we first have to make the first word plural, okay? So what's the plural of Logha?
Logat.
Loghat, good, Loghat. Okay, then we have Urobi, Urobi. How are we going to make that plural? Okay, now remember we're talking about things. So what happens to adjectives and other words around the plural if you're talking about things? What does it have to be?
It has to be feminine.
Feminine singular, feminine singular, okay? So what are you going to do to Urobi to make it feminine and singular? Urobi is masculine and singular.
Right. So uroba.
Not Uroba. What do you, how are you going to make it feminine? You're close, but Urobi and
Urobat.
no.
No, that would be plural.
Think about your nisba adjective. How do you make your nisba adjective if you're doing nationalities?
Oh, urobia.
Urobia, very good. So we have El Italia wa el Hispania wa el Francia Loghat Urobia. Urobia. Okay. You might want to jot these down as we're doing them because this will be an exercise for you to turn in. So it might help if you write them down as we go along. So Loghat Urobia. Okay, our next one, Hal entum blank. The word you want to put in there is ach, la, nahnu blank. And the word there is jar. So here, are we talking about people or are we talking about things or animals?
People.
People, okay? So how are you going to make these plural?
So the first one would be ahua.
Ikhwa, ikhwa. Hal antum ikhwa? La, nahnu, what?
Rajal.
Okay, what's the plural of jar? Say it again.
Rajal.
No. We have to make it the plural of jar. What does jar means? Never.
Sorry, that's Jiran.
Jiran. Good. Jiran. Okay. So hal entum ikhwa? La nahnu jiran. Can you tell me what that means? Hal entum ikhwa?
It's something about the brothers.
Mhm.
And
Okay, it's a question. Hal entum means are you, and entum means you all. You all. Okay, so hal entum ikhwa, are you all brothers? La nahnu jiran. So what's the answer?
no, we're neighbors.
No, we're neighbors. Very good. Exactly. Nahnu means we. Entum, you all. Okay. Hal entum ikhwa? La nahnu jiran. Okay, Miriam. Muhammad wa Ali wa Saeed. And then in blanks, we have Rajal and Yemeni. Rajal, Yemeni. So here, are we talking about people or are we talking about things?
We're talking about people.
About people. Okay, so we have to make it completely plural. So how are you going to do that?
Rajal.
Mhm.
And then it would either be Yemeniyun or Yemenin.
Very good. In this case, it's Yemeniyun. Okay.
Okay.
So Muhammad wa Ali wa Saeed Rijal Yemeniyun. Yemeniyun. They're Yemeni men. Okay, very good. Okay. Number 5, Susanna. It'll be easier if I read it to you. Honda wa Isuzu wa Toyota. Okay, what are we talking about here?
Talking about things, cars.
About cars. Good. Okay, so what they give us are Sayara and Yabani. How are we going to change that? Remember the rule if you're talking about things.
So this is when we change everything to feminine.
Feminine singular. You still need the plural of the noun.
So then the plural of the noun is sayarat.
Good. Sayarat. What are we going to do with Yabani?
So that one would be yabania.
Yabaniya. Yabaniya. Very good. So Honda, wa Isuzu, wa Toyota, Sayarat, Yabaniya. Okay, number 6. Hum blank fil al mutahida. Okay, and the words they give us are mutarjam and Arabi. What are we talking about here? If we use home, what's home? What do we say? Home.
They.
They. Okay, so what are we talking about here? Mutarjam. What's mutarjam?
Okay. I feel like that's either translator or merchant, and I feel like I always get those confused.
Okay, it's translator.
Okay.
So we're talking about people. Okay.
Okay.
How are we going to do this one?
So.
How do we make mutarjam plural?
Right. I don't remember this one.
Okay, it's a masculine sound plural, if that helps.
Okay. So mutarjimiyun.
Mutarjamuna.
Mutarjimuna.
Mutarjamuna. And what do we do with Arabi? What's the plural of Arabi?
Arabiyun.
This one's irregular. Suzanne,
Okay.
remember the plural of Arabi?
Arab.
Arab. Okay. So هم مترجمون عرب في الأمم المتحدة. And what does that mean?
They well, they're
What's mutarjim?
translators for the United Nations.
They are Arab translators in the United Nations or at the United Nations. Very good. Okay. Susanna, number 7. نحن دائما blank بالعمل وبlank. The words that they give us are مشغول and تعبان. Are we talking about people or things or animals?
So, I'm thinking it's things.
No, here we're talking about people. نحن, we. Okay.
What is the ta'aban? That's the one I'm not sure of.
تعبان means tired. Tired. What's مشغول?
That one's busy.
Busy. Good. Okay. So نحن دائما. What's دائما?
I'm not sure.
Miriam, do you know دائما?
Where is it? I'm sorry.
Here. دائما.
Okay.
Do you remember دائما? No. دائما means always. So we are always blank بالعمل وبlank. So how are we going to fill in these blanks? Susanna?
So this is making them feminine singular.
No, here we're talking about people.
Oh, right. I was stuck on my wrong answer.
It's okay.
So, okay, so then for this, we're just making them plural.
Mhm.
So with this, the mashgul would be mashguluna.
Good. نحن دائما مشغولون بالعمل و what are you going to do with تعبان?
Would I? I'm not sure what
also
the.
a masculine sound plural.
So would that be a ta'abanuna?
وتعبانون. Very good. Okay. نحن دائما مشغولون بالعمل وتعبانون. Very good. Okay. So we are always busy with work and tired. Okay. Miriam, number 8. We have Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut. They give us Walaya Amriki. Walaya Amriki. What are we going to do with this one? Are we talking about people or are we talking about things or animals?
We are talking about things.
Things, good. So you have to make Walaya plural. How do we do that? What's the plural of Walaya?
Wilayat.
Good, Wilayat. And what do we do with Amriki?
We make it American.
Remember that we're talking about things, okay? So what does it have to be? It can't be plural. It has to be,
Oh, right. So Amerikia.
good. Wilayat Amrikia. Wilayat Amrikia. Vermont, wa New Hampshire, wa Connecticut, Wilayat Amrikia. So Vermont, New Hampshire, and Connecticut are American states. Okay, very good. Okay, Susanna, number 9. Manhattan, wa Brooklyn, wa Bronx, blank, fee New York. They give us Mintaka and Sarir. Okay, what are we talking about? Are we talking about people or things or animals?
This is talking about things.
Uh-huh.
So here, that's small, right?
Sarir is small. Mhm.
Okay. So Mindaka is area.
Mhm. Plural. How do we make Mintaka plural?
So the plural for that is Minatak.
Manatak. Very good. Manatak. Okay.
And then
For Sarir, what do we do?
because we're making that feminine, right?
Yeah. So how are we going to make Sarir feminine?
So will we just add the Tom Marbuta to that?
Uh-huh. So
Sarir.
Manatak, Sarira. Sarira. We add Tamarbuta to it. So Manhattan, wa Brooklyn, wa Bronx, Manatak, Sarira. Sarira. Okay, so we have to use feminine singular because we're talking about things, or in this case, places. Okay, good. Okay. Miriam, number 10. El Anisa Muna wa El Anisa Wafa wa Asayida Abir blank. They give us Muwaddafa and Jadid. What are we going to do with El Anisa Muna wa El Anisa Wafa wa Asayida Abir? Are we talking about people or are we talking about things or animals?
We're talking about people.
People. So what do we do with Muwaddafa?
The fat.
Very good. Muwaddafat. And what are we going to do with Jadid?
Jadid would be what is the plural of Jadid?
Okay. Now, in this book, they say Jadidat. Okay. Technically, that's not correct. My grammar book will tell you the plural, whether it's male or female, is Judud. Judud. But here they use Jadidat, so we'll go with it. Okay. Muwaddafat, Jadidat, new employees. Very good. Susanna, number 11. Hal entom blank Philistini la nahnu blank Urdani. We talking about things or people?
So this one we're talking about people.
Uh-huh.
So are you Philistinian? So that one,
You need the masculine sound plural.
so would this one be Philistinian.
Philistinian.
Philistine.
Philistinian. La, nahnu.
So no, we are, and this is European.
No, Urdani. Urdan.
Oh, Jordan.
Jordanian.
So that one is that's still the masculine. So or our Ordin. Ordiniun.
Urdanian. Urdanian. هل أنتم فلسطينيون؟ لا، نحن أردنيون. Okay, Urdanian. Very good. Okay, Miriam, number 12. Men هم blank من جامعة حلب. Ustad and Suri. Okay, are we talking about people or things or animals?
Well, I think they're talking about a person, like a professor at the university, right?
Okay, so we're talking about people. We need to make this plural. What's the plural of ustad? The masculine plural.
Is that one broken?
Yes.
Is that the one where like that?
No, ustadat would be the female plural. Ustada, ustadat. This one's really kind of strange. It has that, it's weird.
Is it the one that has the tamabuta to make it?
Do you know how to pronounce it?
Ustada?
Asatida.
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 So, asatida. So it's masculine. So
what do we do with
Suriyun?
Suriyun. Very good. Okay. So men hum usatida min jamiat halab. Hum usatida suriyun min jamiat halab. Okay. Okay, so they are Syrian professors from Aleppo University. Okay, Susanna, number 13. Riyadh, wa Mecca, wa Jeddah, blank, and they give us Medina and Saudi. Okay, so what are we talking about here? Riyadh, wa Mecca, wa Jeddah.
So this is things. So would be the plural of city, which is Mudunu.
Mudun.
Mudun.
And what do we do with Saudi?
And that one we make feminine singular. So Saudia.
Saudia, very good. Saudia. Riyadh, wa Mecca, wa Jeddah, Mudun, Saudia. So you always have to use feminine singular when you're talking about things. You can only use all the plural words if you're talking about people. So anytime we're dealing with plurals, you have to think, are we talking about rational, akal, thinking, or ghair akal, non-thinking, things or animals, okay? And those you have to use feminine singular words to describe them. Okay, so that's just one of the strange things in Arabic. Any questions about that?
I don't think so.
No, you did very, very well with that. Good job, because that was
Thank you.
kind of a tough exercise.
Good
Oh.
job, Susanna.
Thank you. Same to you.
See here. Okay. Okay, we're going to look at Jumla Ismiya. Jumla Ismiya. It's a sentence that begins with a noun or a name or pronoun. Okay. The word Jumla means sentence. Jumla. The word Ism, we've seen Ism before. Ism means name, but in the grammatical sense, it means noun. Okay. And then it also tells us the two parts of an Arabic sentence. We have mubtada wa khabar. Okay, mubtada is the subject in the Jumla Ismiya. Okay, mubtada, the subject. Khabar is information or news about the subject. So it's the predicate. So we have mubtada wa khabar. We have the subject and the predicate of the sentence. Okay. So most sentences that you've seen and heard so far in the Al-Kitab book have a basic sentence structure that in Arabic is called Jumla Ismiya. Jumla Ismiya, from the word ism, which means noun. Jumla Ismiya is a sentence that begins with a noun or a pronoun. Okay? So it's a little bit different than when you think about a nominal sentence in English versus a verbal sentence, because Jumla Ismiya in Arabic can contain a verb. It can contain a verb. The difference, though, is that it starts with a noun or a pronoun. Okay, that's the difference. And that's what you have to keep in mind, because you will see verbs in Jumla Ismiya, in a nominal sentence in Arabic. Okay, so here they give us 6 examples of Jumla Ismiya. Our first one is Maha Teskunu fi New York. Okay, Maha Teskunu fi New York. What's the subject or mubtada in the sentence?
Maha.
Maha, good. And the predicate would be?
That's the Eskanu?
Actually, Teskunu fi New York. So the rest of the sentence there is your predicate. It's news about Maha. So Maha Teskunu fi New York. Okay, what about the second one? Walidati ta'amal fi nafs al-bank. Walidati ta'amal fi nafs al-bank. What's the subject? The mubtada.
Walidati.
Walidati, very good. And what's walidati mean?
My mother.
Ta'amal fi nafs al-bank means?
Works at the bank.
Nafs al-bank. Nafs.
Nafs. Yeah, I don't remember what that means.
Susanna, do you remember nafs? Nafsal?
It sounds super familiar, and I think I should know it, but I can't remember it.
Nafs means the same, Okay, so here walidati is your mubtada. Ta'amal fi nafs al-bank, works in the same bank, is news or khabar about the mubtada. So it is your predicate. Okay, very good. Number 3, Ana min California. What's your mubtada?
Ana.
Ana, good. And khabar would be?
Min California.
In California. Okay, so I am from California. Number 4, hum mashghuluna bil amal. What's your mubtada?
هم
Home. And your khabar?
مشغولون
Bil amal.
بالعمل.
So the rest of the sentence is your predicate. Okay. And what does that mean? Hum mashghuluna bil amal. What's mashghul or mashghulun?
Yeah. I mean the amal or whatever. That's like. Does that mean like that you're the person working or something?
At work. And
Okay.
Guluni, you want to phone a friend?
Sure.
Would you like to call Susanna?
Yes, please, Susan. I need help. I'm not gonna win the $1 million.
So it's like they busily work or something, right?
Busy with work. They are busy with work. Very good. So hum is the mubtada, mashghuluna bil amal, busy with work, is the predicate. Very good. Okay. Susanna, number 5. Hal as-sufuf kabira.
Okay. So Kabira is big, and I've been trying to remember what sufuf is.
Okay, it's the plural of saf. What's saf?
Is that it's like class? Is that it? Is it a big class? Are they big classes?
Are the classes big?
All I could remember was that Miriam said it was her favorite word.
It is. It's just so fun.
Okay, so sufuf is classes. Are the classes big? So what's your subject?
So classes.
Classes, a sufuf. Good. And your predicate?
Are big?
Kabira. Kabira. Very good. Okay. And you'll notice here, you have sufuf. Are you talking about things or people?
Things.
Things. And you'll notice kabira is feminine singular. Okay. So just to keep that in mind. Okay. Number 6, Beirut, Medina Jamila. What's the mubtada?
Beirut.
Beirut. And your predicate?
Medina Jamila.
Jamila. Medina Jamila. So Beirut is a beautiful city. Medina Jamila. Beirut is for mubtada. And then the khabar is Medina Jamila. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, we'll do exercise number 8. Okay, and here you need to identify the mubtada and the khabar. So we'll start with Susanna. Read it and then tell me what the subject and predicate are.
Okay. Samia wa Lubna wa Layla Binat Kuyatat Kuyatat
Kuwaitiyat. Kuwaitiyat. What's your mubtada? The subject.
That would be because it is that Mrs.
These are all female names.
Oh, okay.
Samia, Lubna, and Layla are all female names.
So I mean, is it just the female names? That's the subject.
Okay, so Samia, Walubna, Walela. Okay, and what's your predicate?
Banat. And then how'd you pronounce that again?
Kuwaitiyat.
Kuwaitiyat.
There. And can you tell me what that means?
So they are, would it be Kuwaitian girls?
Kuwaiti girls.
Kuwaiti.
Kuwaiti girls. From Kuwait, from El Kuwait. Okay, very good. Number 2, Miriam.
أخي مشغول بالعمل.
What's your mubtada and khabar? Mubtada would be?
متحد would be أخي.
Akhi, good. And your khabar?
مشغول بالعمل.
Very good. Mashghul bil amal. And what does that mean?
My brother is busy at work.
Busy with work. Very good. Okay, Susanna.
So this one's والدتي متخصصة في computer. So it's the subject is validity, and what do you call it?
Predicate or khabar.
Khabar is متخصصة في computer.
And what does that mean?
So my mother is a specialist in computers.
Very good, excellent. Okay, Miriam, number 4.
هي تدرس اللغة العربية.
Darasu.
I'm sorry.
It could actually. This one is tadrusu.
تدرس. Okay, sorry. So المتحد.
اللغة العربية. So هي تدرس اللغة العربية. What is the mubtada, first of all?
That is here.
Here, good. And
خبر
cover would be?
تدرس اللغة العربية.
And what does that mean?
She studies the Arabic language.
Very good, excellent. Okay, Susanna, number 5.
So this is home ustada.
At ustada.
What does it mean? Is it what you said?
Okay, this is asatida. Asatida. What's asatida?
That's the plural of professors, right?
Right. Okay, so this is professors, plural.
So home is satida min asudan. So the mubtada
is what?
Is it's they, right?
Home. Okay. Mubtada is home. And al-khabar?
And that is the asatida min asudan, which is
go ahead.
The professors are from Sudan.
They are professors from Sudan.
Okay.
Okay, they are professors from Sudan. Very good. Okay, Miriam, number 6.
الدروس قصيرة. So the subjects would be الدروس, and الخبر would be قصيرة.
And what does that mean?
It means that the lessons are short.
Very good. The lessons are short. Okay, Susanna, number 7.
Here الامرأة
Al-imra'a,
الامرأة الوحيدة
al-wahida,
الوحيدة في الكتب
maktab.
مكتب.
هي al-imra'a al-wahida fil maktab. What's your mubtada?
Here,
And khabar would be?
and then that's the what? How'd you pronounce it again?
Imra'a.
الامرأة الوحيدة في المكتب.
And what does that mean?
So this is the second word is mother, woman.
Woman. And al-wahida, what's al-wahida?
That one I'm not sure.
Want to phone a friend?
Yes, please. Miriam, help, please.
What is the word say?
What's wahida?
Wahida.
Mhm.
I'm guessing it has something to do with like one or being alone.
Good. So in this case, she is the only woman. Okay, only woman. Fil maktab. What's maktab?
Office. In the office.
In the
It's
office.
very soft again.
Oh no.
I don't know why that happens.
It must be as soon as it hits a certain time, you just.
Yeah, maybe so. We have one more to do. We'll finish it up.
Susanna can't talk anymore. She's done.
Okay, Miriam, number 8.
Had he Shura
Shuwara.
Shuwara wa Isa
Wasa. Wasia.
Wasia. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So the
Mubtada is
Hadhi
hadahi. Good. And al-khabar?
is, I'm gonna totally mess this up again. Shuara
Shuwara.
Asa
Wasia. Very good. Okay, so these are wide streets. Again, you have a plural, non-thinking noun. Okay, streets. So it's irrational. You're using hadahi, feminine singular, and wasia, feminine singular. Okay. Great job,